Yo, what's good? It's DeeKnow here, and I'm back again with another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. Our second video on so let's go ahead and hop right into it.
This is crazy. Do you ever wonder why humans grow beards? We have the ability to grow beards, right?
Yeah.
And some people, they don't grow beard or facial hair at all. Asians, yeah, some Asians. And women specifically, they don't really grow facial hair, right?
Oh, okay.
There's actually a scientific purpose for facial hair and beards in general. It's for
Yeah.
hand-to-hand combat. Long time ago, all of the warriors would grow beards. So they did a scientific study. They simulated a bald face, a face with a little bit of stubble, and a face with a full-fledged beard. And they tested it, putting pressure the same amount that a punch could. They found out that the bald face, every single time they simulated the punch, it would break the jaw. When using an unshaven face with a full beard, it only broke 45% of the time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the theory is, if you can grow a
I mean,
beard,
that makes
you
sense,
probably
though.
have an ancestry of warriors or fighters. Look at women. Women don't need to fight because historically, it was usually the men that went into combat. If you don't grow facial hair, it might tell you a little bit about your ancestry.
I don't know. Makes sense to me, guys. Like, you think?
Y'all, we got fake snow.
Why this shit fake?
Show them again.
Watch this. So this is
Styrofoam pieces.
Oh, so they're
Styrofoam.
claiming the snow
Styrofoam.
styrofoam. I don't know though.
Oh no.
They could have easily just like crumbled up some styrofoam and then picked it up. Know what I mean? I'm not real sure about that.
Have you heard about Project Bluebeam? The
Can you
CIA?
explain it from the beginning? What is this? Because I'm not sure what this is.
I'm gonna butcher it, but basically, like the idea is that they spent a bunch of money to create these like crazy holograms. Like that's what 5G is for, is to power them. But they're like holograms that actually they said they can develop holograms that like you can like touch and feel and hear and everything as well. So
Yo, speaking of holograms, guys, there are some really crazy looking hologram systems out there now. Japan, they've got entire K-pop and J-pop and like just entire music artists that are nothing but AI and holograms groups, and it's crazy. You guys should really look into what they can do. Holograms. It blew my mind the first time I saw it.
there's like a running conspiracy theory that like they're trying to like divert attention into quote unquote like fake UFOs, and because like COVID's not distracting us anymore or something.
They're gonna fake an alien invasion.
I'm no Bob Lazar though, so
Oh, yeah?
themselves.
They're gonna project holograms into the sky. That's what all the chemtrails from the planes and stuff are for, or something.
Have you heard about Project Bluebeam?
Can you?
Here's a frightening development in technology. Some people at Carnegie Mellon were able to use AI to turn Wi-Fi routers into essentially cameras that can see through walls.
Oh, that's
Apparently, that
wild.
program uses interference that your body causes to track
That
where you
makes
are.
me feel a
So now
little
if someone
weird.
gets access to your Wi-Fi router, they can see you with X-ray vision.
What?
That's to worry about.
Bro, that's nuts. Did you see that? Like, I gotta go look into that some more. That's wild. Able to like basically turn the Wi-Fi into a camera system just because of the signals and how your body interferes with. That's crazy. No way, dude. I mean, so they ate the Last Supper somewhere with doors and windows. Lots of places that had doors and windows at.
The array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do.
Interesting.
An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be, moving forward on SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI to address other climate change effects, such as ocean acidification, because SAI
Geoengineering.
alone would not remove greenhouse gases from the
Like
atmosphere.
they're legit talking about
On
altering
the
the weather,
geopolitical
man.
side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations. Others might seize on SAI's benefits and back away from their commitment to carbon dioxide reductions. And as with other breakthrough technologies, global norms and standards are lacking to guide the deployment and implementation of SAI and other
Yeah, I mean, we already know they're messing around with the weather, but just how far does it go?
Короче, там солнце. И там
Oh, that's
солнце.
wild. I've actually seen the sky like that before, where it's like there's a sun over here. Like, oh, there's a sun over there. How is that possible? Yeah.
Never forget this moment.
Yeah. I bet their excuse is we all got vaccinated. We just put on the mask for demonstration. We all know it was.
Hold on to your seats, because what you're about to hear will blow your mind. Antarctica, the enigmatic continent, is at the center of a jaw-dropping theory that could redefine everything we thought we knew. Imagine this. Antarctica isn't just a vast expanse of ice, but an awe-inspiring, colossal wall of ice surrounding
I've been
all
saying
continents. Yes, you heard that right. A hidden barrier holding unimaginable secrets. Think about the possibilities. What if crossing this ice wall unlocks hidden continents kept
Yeah,
from
a
us
whole other
intentionally?
continents. You know, there
A
was that
1992
dude
map, the
a
Gleason
long
map,
time ago.
has
that-
raised eyebrows, depicting Antarctica encircling.
long time ago. I don't know the specifics. I just vaguely remember the story. But there was a pilot who was flying out there and said he got sucked into a hole and then like saw a whole other sun and like what looked like dinosaurs and giant plants and trees, things he'd never seen before. So like take that into consideration when you think about these conspiracies. There have been like important people that have, you know, documented some crazy stuff.
The entire world. Remarkably, the United Nations logo bears a striking resemblance to this intriguing map. But that's not all. A daring pilot took on the challenge, defying prohibitions, and captured a gripping, albeit low-quality video claiming to have reached this mysterious ice wall. The burning question remains, is it the real deal or an elaborate hoax? Sure, scientists confirm Antarctica as a continent through satellite images, but are we merely scratching the surface? It's time to dig deeper, armed with solid evidence and serious research. Are we holding on to preconceived notions or embracing a whole new reality? Tell me your opinion on this story.
I don't know, that's pretty wild. What do you guys think? I mean, I think that it's possible that, you know, there's a lot more there that I really don't know. I've never been there. Where I stand.
Like, and then I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been off. Yeah.
Why is he shushing?
They're in the room.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
That was my way of
Yes.
cueing you. Like, it's open
Yeah.
dialogue.
You want me to keep talking about it?
By all means, we can talk about anything. But
I don't know,
don't do
that's
it.
a little
Yeah.
weird.
So it's-
no, of course. Offered tons.
yeah.
That's a little weird, man. I don't know. That's kind of creepy.
This fish is hovering over the water. How is that possible?
No, that's just really clear water, man. Come on.
Jamie, what was that video game where the guy got in trouble because he made a video of him torturing some women's rights?
Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what,
He punched a woman in the face that was protesting for women's rights to vote, suffrage.
But it's a thing you can do in the game.
Right.
Like they made it in the game so you could do that on purpose.
And once it became viral, people started going up to her in the game and doing even more terrible things. There's one where a guy ropes her, hog ties her, throws her on the back of the horse, rides her to a swamp, and throws her to an alligator, which then eats her in the swamp.
That is so crazy that you
Going
can do
way
that.
out of your
It's
way.
unbelievable. The alligator will eat. And it's not even a thing like, hey, do this. It's just part of the game that they said, well, if people want to do it, it's a very open-ended game. Rockstar went bullshit with this game. It's amazing.
What do you think about that, guys? That's crazy. Maybe a little too much freedom? I don't know.
Imagine warning people for years, but being called a crazy conspiracy theorist, ridiculed, called insane.
Yeah?
For only years later, the things that you were warning people about coming completely true.
Yeah?
I can only imagine.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Not alone in the universe. A UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be taken over the weekend.
Do you guys remember that, the Dome of Rock incident?
You see it. Another video from
I saw like 5 different angles of the same thing.
Now it is sparking
I'm not
intense
quite
debate
sure what
on
to
the
think,
internet. Trace Gallagher
but
followed
it was
our
like
West
back in
Coasters,
like
and
the
question
early
is,
days of YouTube when
what
it
was
made its
that
rounds.
UFO? What
So
was it doing over
like it was
Jerusalem?
really
And,
hard
is
to
he
tell
back?
back then whether
Yeah, and that
you
is the
know,
question,
it was
by the
a
way, Megan. Because,
CGI
it's difficult for them to
hoax or
dismiss this
whether it
because
really
there are so many
happened.
different angles. We've got 4 different
Still,
videos,
it's pretty
all
wild.
from various perspectives, but they do not know of anything like this in the Israeli army.
I mean, it just, yeah, you saw it just flashes and straight up in the sky. I don't know. She was moving kind of robotic a little, like she was very uncomfortable.
Conspiracy theory that I've heard a lot is that when the astronauts were walking on the moon, you can see that they kick up a lot of dust.
Yeah, when they
So
kick up
people
the
say,
dust,
well,
it like
there's no
falls
air on the
normal
moon,
too.
how
It's
is the
kind of
dust
crazy.
flying around?
Like I've always pointed that out. It like falls at normal speed on like everything else, and they're just like, ooh, like come on, come on, come on.
Skinwalkers are actually real. Yes, you heard that correctly. For decades, people have claimed they saw a skinwalker, but no one ever had proof to prove their claim. But what if I told you we finally have 100% proof they are real?
Yeah.
In 2018, Mark Lay, a man from Texas, went camping with his 2 sons and his wife in the mountains.
Oh yeah, I heard about
When it was
this
nighttime,
story.
they set up 2 tents to sleep. In the first part of the night, everyone was sleeping without a problem. But around 2 a.m., all of a sudden, Mark woke up because of a loud noise. At first, he thought it was a bear or maybe a deer, so he got out of his tent to see what was making this obnoxious noise. But what he saw will leave you speechless. He saw a weird creature, one he had never seen before. He ran back to his tent to wake up his wife and described what he saw. She then told him that it was a skinwalker. He was filled with fear. Mark then decided to go to his kids' tent to see how they were doing, but they weren't in their tent. Subscribe and share with a friend for part 2 because it gets way crazier.
That he's guilty?
No.
So you don't think he did it?
I don't think he did it.
And you said in all the time that you've known him,
I don't know, man. Her eyes are kind of
never
weird.
saw any erratic behavior, you have no evidence of any erratic behavior, you have nothing.
I don't know if they're like contacts.
He would be capable of doing something like this, would have any motivation to do something like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if those are contacts or if it's just like a trick of the light, but there's definitely something weird about her eyes.
Energy. So question, do y'all think we're living on a celestial being? Y'all stay dangerous.
So the as above, so below side is, right? That's why I love this movie,
Oh, I
because
like
of
this
the
guy.
as above, so below perspective of it. So if we live on a celestial being and this being wakes up when we give it enough energy, when we hit a certain frequency, right? Our beings, us, we will not wake up and hit that frequency if the cells within us don't hit a certain frequency. You see what I'm saying? So the
Yeah,
only
makes
way
sense.
our cells and our inner world, our inner universe, our cells can wake up and hit a certain, can wake us up and hit a certain frequency is if we receive information and energy from the celestial being. You see what I'm saying? You see how everything is connected? The celestial being will not wake up if we do not wake up. We do not wake up if our cells do not wake up. Our
That makes
cells do
sense.
not wake up if we don't receive the information and energy from the celestial being.
I don't know. I'm with it. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings? I have. I 100%.
Tell us about it.
Doing DMT. I've 100% communicated with something. The question is whether that something was actually in my imagination or in my mind, or whether that something was something that takes place in another dimension. I don't know. I can't be sure. There's no way to put it on a scale. There's no way to run it through a test. But what I do know is that it's the same experience.
I just don't believe in demons, but I did see basically aliens come up to the edge of the forest, and we were all seeing it, and we were all seeing the same thing, but I think it was a chemical reaction. You don't have everybody gets drunk, we all think about what happened to us in high school or college or what's good or what's bad. We all have different experiences.
Right.
When you're taking a hallucinogen, and suddenly you're all seeing the same thing, it just means it clicked off the part of your brain as a filter, so you go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Schizophrenic people just see more, and then they see
crazy.
everything. It doesn't mean they're right. It just means that the filter is off.
Right. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. What you guys think about that? Like group mass hallucinations caused by psychedelics. I don't know. It's always kind of been an interesting topic.
Pretty sure he was looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking, and now he's confused. All right.
Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, that's weird. It's like somebody peeking around, like, yo, what's that noise? I mean, admittedly, that is a really cool sound. They're like, I don't care who you are. You'd want to stop and see what the heck that was. There's nothing weird about that. That's not a cloud. I'm pretty sure it's one of those statues. I've seen multiple pictures of different ones, like white horse and black horse statues, where they're like halfway in the ground, halfway out of the ground and stuff. They're crazy looking, don't get me wrong, but like I've seen some pictures.
This is what we know about the aliens revealed today. One of the witnesses, whose name is David, explained they found bodies inside of a UFO that were non-human.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
David used to work as an intelligence officer, and he used to work at the
I don't know why
Air
they're
Force, but is now
cutting in
retired.
these
David also
obviously
said people
fake
have gotten injured by
props.
aliens and the federal government, but he can't get into detail. He said that UFOs and non-human
Like,
beings
obviously
are
that's
also
fake.
interdimensional. This means they can travel through dimensions. David and two other witnesses said that these UFOs could be collecting data about Earth, and they said it wouldn't be a stretch to say they could be collecting data about nuclear weapons. Now, hopefully nothing happens to this man for speaking out, because according to him, he's previously feared his life for speaking out, and if something happens to him, we know why.
Interesting. I don't know. That conference, there was a lot of information put out there, and I did watch all of it, and it was very interesting. So I recommend you guys go check it out. I mean, it's cool looking, but that's so obviously CGI. Oh, wow. Beautiful. I don't think that's like a portal or something. I think that's the clearing right there in the mountain, creating air, like airflow, moving mist and clouds out of the way. It's really awesome looking, not gonna lie. I don't think it's some kind of portal or...
I am of the Anunnaki, interdimensional beings that visit the planet Earth every few thousand years.
This was in
We arrive
Scooby-Doo?
at a time called Nibiru.
What?
When the barriers between our worlds grow weak. The Anunnaki have a great history of helping humans, but we have no physical form and must inhabit animals. This is why some animals, our descendants, can talk and others cannot.
Oh, that's
But
wild.
not all Anunnaki are kind and good. There are evil ones, and the most evil one of all is imprisoned beneath Crystal Cove and must not be
Crystal
set free.
Cove? That's
You
a
must
real
undo
place, isn't it?
Scooby-Doo. Undo it all. Save yourself. Save your friends. Save the world.
Yo, that was crazy. I had no idea that they were putting it like that in the cartoons, especially Scooby-Doo. All right, so I got one more for you. It reminded me of the X-Men, like when Jean Grey goes crazy and becomes the Phoenix or whatever. That's what that reminded me of. Anyways, yeah. Interesting clips today. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that the new format is still working for you, and I hope that this video is better than the last. I look forward to you guys' comments. You know, whatever you're interested in. Like, I really would love to know so that I can, you know, cater to you guys and cover some topics that you guys want to see. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.